5 o'clock.
And it's crackerjack.
A meteor storm that the sky above us was dancing with lights. Purple, green, brilliant yellow, yes!
What?
These shoes! They fit perfectly. Yes.
But James, I need you.
So does England.
There are worlds out there where the sky's burning, where the seas asleep and the rivers dream. People made of smoke and cities made of song. Some of there's danger, some of there's injustice. Somewhere else the tea's getting cold. Come on, Ace. We've got work to do.
Yes, indeed, we have work to do, which is why I'm streaming first thing in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. First thing in the morning, when basically nobody's here. Jordan Lee is here. How you doing, Jordan? Oh, he was here. Now I just got Jordan Lee is here, and he says the DCU is a confusing mess. When has it not been a confusing mess? I mean, I think right back through when Christopher Reeve was cast as Superman, it's always been a confusing mess. So why am I streaming first thing in the morning? And if you're watching this on the replay, you know the reason why, right? The reason why is because I like to have content, right? I like to be able to put out content pretty much every day, new fresh content. If I don't, it's one of the rare times I'm taking a day off. But I like to put out fresh content every day. And for me, it's Sabbath. Actually, Sabbath starts this week at everything. I think it was 7:09. And you got 18 minutes after that. So it's about 7:25, something like that, 7:25, 7:30. And, you know, I can't stream because for me, 7 o'clock for you in UK is 5 o'clock, right? So I put up a pre-record. Now, if you're watching this on Rumble or Twitter, it's just going to be 1 hour long. So if I go over an hour, I'm going to edit it down. You're going to miss some of the gold. Well, what can you do, baby? What can you do? But I'm going to edit it down to be an hour long. Why am I editing it down to be an hour long? Because I use a thing called StreamYard to transmit my stream. I'm using it right now to transmit my streams across the interwebs, right? I do that. And the subscription level I have lets me do an hour pre-recorded. I could do a 2 hour one if I spend $50 a month, but I'm not spending $50 a month, baby. It is just not happening, right? It is just not happening, and I got quite a lot to do. So I don't know if I'm going to go around, but there is a lot, I think, quite important news to talk about. There's a lot going on. But, on the home front, let me tell you, it's very quiet in the house right now. Only I'm home. And it's like normally Friday is a bit of a mecca, right? Accepting, the Muslim Jewish thing. Bit of a mecca, right? Bit of a mecca because that's when, like, my son comes home from the army. People normally converge on Friday at the house. But now, completely alone. What's going on is my wife had to drive my daughter up to the port town of Haifa because my son's got the kid's car and he's off on holiday and my wife had to drive her up to pick up her luggage because she was fired for the freaking cruise by again, it's amazing to me, right? It is. I don't know why I'm always amazed, right? But she was working for a religious guy, right? And the basic function of religion, right? The basic function is to have a better society and make you happy. All you got to do to have a better society and be happy is follow the freaking tenets of the religion. That's it. Follow the religion, right? And so he didn't. I mean, like, there's ways you can fire someone, but, there's a lot where you have complete control of that. But, we have a word in Judaism called being a mensch. And, there's no real way of being a religious Jew without being the aforementioned mensch. But the guy wasn't. So anyway, my wife had to go and schlep up to get her luggage there because she took a few days off to come to my son's engagement party, and he did fired via WhatsApp. I mean, man, grow a pair of balls, spineless little cunt. I mean, really. It's like, this is why I have such little respect for, the guy's a rabbi, but this is why I have such little respect for the institution, or the rabbis. We have a new rabbi starting in my synagogue on, was it Wednesday, Thursday this week? So big news, ladies and gentlemen, big news. Wednesday, Thursday, is it? Yeah, Wednesday night, I believe, is the the new month, right? It's the final month of the year. This is the month of Elul, right? Where God is in the field, as it were, right? You are closer to God on that time, and judgment is coming, right? Judgment. Now, I believe there's going to be a great judgment before the Jewish New Year, and I could be completely wrong about that for many, many, many reasons. One, Judaism might not be true, right? There is that one, right? But also, nobody knows the the story of what the end of days is really going to happen. God wanted to keep that a secret. In fact, it was Jacob. Jacob was on his deathbed, right? And he was prophesying to each one of his sons, one of the 12 tribes. And he and suddenly his prophecy, and he was going to tell them what happened at the end of days. His prophecy ended, stopped. It was like, wait a minute. Is somebody here, one of you 12, not on the level? One of you 12 not particularly religious? Like, what's going on? So they all said in unison, Shema Yisrael, listen, Israel. Israel was his name. Hashem Elokeinu, that God is the God of judgment, the God of mercy and the God of judgment. Hashem Echad. There is just one, right? There is just one. We all believe in the unity, right, of reality, right? So that's a seminal prayer in Judaism. You go Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. That's what you're supposed to say on your deathbed. That's supposed to be the last thing out your lips. So it's a big deal, right? And the next line in that prayer you say is Baruch Shem Kavod Malchut Tosel Elam Ve'ed. And you say that in an undertone, right? Because it's supposed to be kind of secret. And it's blessed is the name. Name is the act, means the actions. Baruch Shem Kavod. Blessed is the the honorable actions of God. Baruch Shem Kavod of His kingdom for all eternity, outside of space and time, right? Which is what Jacob said when he heard the kids go. But anyway, I digress. So no, but yeah, nobody knows what's going to happen at the end of days. There is one model that seemed to be the one we were on, right? Where there's all this like calamity and war and confusion and misery in the run up to the end of days, which is supposed to be the year after the sabbatical year, which is the year we're in right now. And that's when the Messiah, son of David, comes forth and he rebuilds the Jewish temple. Now, what does that mean? Well, firstly, we don't know if it's really the year after the sabbatical year. It could be we kept the records wrong. They did kill a lot of Jews, right? A lot of rabbis. So that's actually a real genuine possibility, right? Might be next year, might be the year. We just don't know, right? We just don't. We might not be on that road. Might be on a completely different road, right? Again, one doesn't know. But I am. It was driven by my optimism, right? That I wanted this awfulness that we live through to have some meaning, right? So hopefully we'll see that. Hopefully I'll see that anyway, right? Hopefully we will see that. A great change. And here's the thing. It's like people who can't stand Trump, right? The people who can't stand Trump, they see anything whatsoever. Go, see, I'm right. Ah, he hates green people. See, right? They see anything and everything like that. And so I could be doing exactly the same thing, right? I love humor. Always trying to find, always seeing patterns in things that aren't there. I mean, that's a great line. That really is a great line, delivered fantastically by Paul McGann. So yeah, absolutely, that might be going down, but maybe not. Well, yeah, who knows or dare stream. So that's going to lead us into our first story that I want to talk about. So this is shocking, right? This is absolutely shocking. Let me share the screen. Jonathan Cox, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us. Second, morning, Governor. So let's look at this. This is Hawaii fires, Hawaii 5-0, that 5-0, that should be the headline. Hawaii fires before and after. Devastating photo of Maui's scenic waterfront has been razed to the ground by raging wildfires, killing 53 people. I think 53 is kind of light for what we're about to see. I saw this morning and I found this like shocking, like genuinely shocking. I'm going to tell you why. Shocking before and after images reveal the extent of Hawaii's wildfires. Entire communities have been razed to the ground and livelihoods destroyed. More than that, Fires are expected to become the worst disaster in Hawaiian history, right? Oh, what you got? Is that Harry? Yeah, that if Hawaii was blighted with that piece of shit as well, that'd be pretty bad. So yeah, look at this. Look at this. So it looks like a normal, nice church. Yeah, normal, down neighborhood. Look at that, man. This is crazy. So that's just a building, right? That doesn't look so bad. This is the one that freaks me out, right? These ones, in fact. Look at this. So waterfront looks beautiful, looks lovely. And then look at that devastation. Holy crap. Right? Holy crap. So when I saw that one, I said, that to me looks like the wrath of God, right? It's funny, I had my I can't remember if I spoke about this yesterday. But my brother-in-law was with us for my son's engagement party. Lovely having him here. He's from Palo Alto. He's a big, he's big. He votes Biden, right? Like I remember before Trump really got going, I asked his wife, like, "Oh, so who would you go for, Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump?" She looked like I said, I want to put my fist up your ass, right? Like what? Ha! And like their minds were blown, right? And so, like, he avoided talking about politics, which was quite smart, right? And I did too, because I just find here's the thing. He said a couple of things that were very interesting, actually. He said, the thing is, nobody has any memory today. And I thought to myself, nobody who shares your nobody who's moral and sane and intelligent, who shares your politics, has any memory, because you can't, right? You can't go, you can't like grab your pearls when Donald Trump had one of the best mic drops ever during the 2016 debate, said, and you'll be in jail, right? They grabbed their pearls, persecuting your political rivals, to cut to now, where that's exactly what's going on, right? And he chose not to do it for the good of the country, I believe, anyway. He didn't consult me, but that's what it appeared to me. So that's the first thing. And also he spoke a little about climate change. I said, listen, I just don't trust any scientists, right? You can have scientists will say whatever the hell you want them to say, if you pay them. But I think it actually goes a little bit deeper than that, right? Because, the Old Testament, anyway, in Jewish law, is quite clear that extreme weather and destructive weather, like we see, God brings as a result of sexual impropriety, and the amount that a society is open and okay with sexual impropriety. So if you want to say that like climate change and all these things are going, because he gave examples, right? I was like, again, I want to say, first thing I wanted to say is causation doesn't equal correlation doesn't equal causation. But I did, it depends. It all depends on your worldview. So, but I was like, okay, then whatever. Because he talks about places that he went to and have changed over his lifetime, right? Yeah, no, I do believe things are happening, right? But I think it's just as likely because of this was exactly what was predictable would happen if one does this. We've done this, and this is what's happening, right? So again, to me, this looks like the wrath of God. Look at this. I mean, look, devastation. It really does to me look like the wrath of God, right? And I'm not. I mean, I am Bible thumping, but I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm really, I never try and tell you what to do. But yeah, look at this. Like all these boats. Look how wealthy that must have been. You're like, a few boats survived. Okay, good for them. The more expensive rich ones survived, right? So yeah, look, I said this Jewish month is this year. The new month is this week. Wednesday, Thursday, the month of Elul, where judgment starts, right? Could this be God saying, look, I've done this to a city, right? I've done this to one city. This is really incredible. I've done this to one city. This could be the whole world, and this will be the whole world, unless you pick up your ears, mate, right? And I think by that, I'm not saying like, start going to church or anything, but just, be the better version of you that you can be, right? And I think that's all God really wants. Look, if you want to, if you have, God wants to have a relationship with you as well. In my estimation, He wants you to be happy. But I think like something universal we could all agree with is just be the best version of you that you can be, right? And if not, like divine retribution looks like it's come. I mean, this is insane, right? Absolutely insane. Yeah, look at again these gorgeous houses. Woof! It's just like bloody hell. So yeah, I got a video downloaded as well. Did I download the video? I think so. Hang on, if not, I'll grab it. No, I didn't. Crap. I mean, this is the thing that like freaked me out, like because it was reasonably freaky. Here it is. Is this the one? No, here there's two. Let's grab this one first. Because again, I mean, look, this just looks like the wrath of God to me. But yeah, people are into climate say, look, this is climate gone wild. I think it all kind of depends on your worldview. I think. Well, so here's the first one, and we grab that second one. But there, once you see a ground level version of this, you're like, what the hell? And like it happened so quickly, people couldn't flee their homes, right? Like people in people were trapped. You saw all the cars that have been burnt out and devastated. Because it spread too incredibly quickly. Let's grab this one too. Fire two. Freaking crazy. There we go. Doing so here. Let's look at this first video.
End of the mill. We're almost to the smokestack.
Oh, we made it. We
I mean, like, you driving through that and it's spreading. Look at the cars.
Line on the road now pretty soon. But we don't. Oh, somebody's down right there. Oh. Somebody's down right there.
Yeah, somebody's down. Just go there. We cannot do nothing for her. Oh my God.
I mean, look, that's civilization crumbling right there. You see a unconscious woman on the road. You don't stop and drag her into the car. Maybe it's smoking inhalation. She's probably not dead yet. But like,
just go there. Just go. Oh, we cannot do nothing for her.
What the fuck, dude?
Stop.
Just go. Go, people. Go. People.
Right?
Oh my God, bro.
I'm not condemning.
Yeah, just go.
Can't see. Yeah, I know you can't see.
I mean, yeah, this is terrifying. I'm sorry. This is, and I think that's the point, right? I think that's the point. But I think we're good. Let's see. Look at the second video. Right, and they said being on the these wildfires just spread in really, really quickly. The weather was, and again, look, when God wants to display His wrath, He makes it rain, or He makes the wind blow, right? Which is basically. That's the wind that carried it, right? And like, yeah, that house is going to be gone in a few minutes. Then there, is this the same thing we just saw? No, okay, don't put the music on it. Come on, that's just tacky. But look at it, it's terrifying. Can you imagine being in that? Right, and again. If you were to imagine what the wrath of freaking God looks like, this is what it looks like, right? This is what it looks like. Yeah, and there's all this, all these billionaires have these beautiful houses there, which are probably not worth quite as much anymore. I mean, like an entire city just crushed out of nowhere, right? And it's pretty darn beautiful affluent city at that. It's going to take decades to rebuild, right? Absolutely decades. Yeah, far be it from me to be bringing levity, but Paul Taylor says quite rightly. Nicola Bryant says there's nothing like a bit of Rabbi first thing in the morning. Well, that's when you're going to get the biggest hardest bit, let me tell you. After that, you're going to need a younger man and a set of jumpers. Well, probably not Nicola, right? That will probably you'll probably be able to use me to hang towels off. Actually, now I think about it, and I'm quite happy for her to use me that way. That'd be good. Yeah, look at this from like complete devastation, right? So nobody knows what started this, right? Nobody. Oh, OTS started this. How you doing, OTS started? Yeah, no, nobody knows what started this. But interestingly enough, do you remember this? Right. 1 second. This was
an unusual sight captured on camera. Japanese and local astronomers say a Chinese satellite was recently seen beaming down green lasers over the islands. This video captured atop the Subaru telescope on Mauna Kea, operated by the National Astronomical Observatory of Japan.
And nobody really knew what the hell these lasers are.
Bryce Moore has the story.
The lasers flash for just a couple seconds. Initially thought to be from a NASA altimeter satellite, the Japanese put out a correction note on Monday saying NASA scientists found a most likely candidate as the ACDL instrument by the Chinese Daki-1 AEMF.
Now, it's supposed to be a weather satellite measuring... but you remember, this wasn't that long ago. This wasn't that long ago.
EMS instruments.
It's a Chinese satellite that...
and nobody knew what was really doing, but is it benign, is it not? I mean, here's that look. It's about 2,000 kilometers from the low orbit to the ground. So are there lasers capable of generating enough heat to start a wildfire, right? Were they looking at the weather and saying this will be a perfect time? Was this a weapon, right? Was this a weapon? Could be, right? Could be. Now we have Poland has got, 300,000 troops massing on the border of Ukraine right now. China and Russia are doing exercises around Taiwan. And in Russia, they're describing it as that NATO are about to invade and occupy Ukraine, right? Which is not a NATO country, right? I mean, I'm firmly believe that the West, that NATO wants this war to become a hot kinetic war, and because they just think Russia will never use their nuclear deterrent. I think you push Putin up against the wall. You push them up against the wall. I would have thought the destruction of Nord Stream 2 would do that. But I don't know. That's coming up to a year ago. That was on the first day of the Jewish New Year last year, which is supposed to be kind of indicative. So, I mean, are we about to head to a war? And we don't know what war looks like in 2023, right? This could have been a weapon, right? Remember the satellite, the spy balloons, over America? These could be weapons, right? And again, they may just be looking for the right weather conditions to ignite a wildfire. What they're going to do? California is always vulnerable, right? Always vulnerable. And let's say you have drones that can form into a freaking dragon, right? Perfectly. Now imagine those, each of those drones carrying a bomb, right? Or carrying a laser. And, this could really be about to go down, right? It really could be about to go down. Or, as always, right? As always, nothing will happen, right? Or when I say nothing happens, it'll be like a shift in the geopolitical realities, but nothing really changes in your life, right? Or God's telling you that, like a hard rain, a big hammer is about to fall because war may be coming. And maybe coming in the next 4 weeks, right? A devastating war to end the wars. And why? To turn the world into this. Do anyone picture this? These satellites, these lasers? Like, yeah, nobody knew what the hell they were.
Chinese, who are probably some of the most prolific polluters on the planet.
Yeah, so they was like some
known by governments around the world.
Yeah, so what are they? We don't know. We don't know what that was. We don't know. But all we know is, and again, look, I'm putting 2 and 2 together and making 5. All right. But I'm saying if you're somebody who is open to the idea of praying, now might be a good time. Right now might be a good time to take that up. Right. You gotta hope that if this like judgment is coming to the world, it's not. There will be people spared. But look at that. If this is a weapon, this is a devastating weapon. And it's I know this first picture of the church burning down, that's really freaky. I mean, the whole place is made out of wood. I mean, there is that, but man, look at it. It just sheer devastation, right? Just sheer. Is there any more pictures? So yeah, that's going down, baby. That's going down. Not only sheer devastation. Devastation is also coming to Disney, apparently. Hang on one second. Doink. Disney Plus Hotstar sheds 12.5 million subscribers in fiscal quarter 3 amid strategy shift. Streaming losses narrow. I love the way they worded this, saying streaming losses narrow. We're losing slightly less money because you're spending slightly less money on content. That's the only reason streaming losses are going down. And interesting, as analysts say, Disney Plus is dying. Now, we have Bob Iger. Bob Iger says that, we did great when we started, right? But now we're having the normal settling. No. Okay, Disney loses 300,000 customers in US and Canada while streaming only Hulu gains 300,000. It's not even that. That's really really accurate. If your primary market is in decline almost instantly, right? Now, this is when all the sign-up deals have really run out. And that's, I mean, like when I pay for Disney Plus for a year, I doubt very strongly that I'm going to renew for a second year. I mean, why? It's, why? I have Netflix, I have Amazon Prime. And I'm not getting rid of Amazon Prime. I don't say getting rid of Netflix in the near future. It's just like all of Disney stuff. It's this weird gay shit, like which I think Russell Davis looked at first and said, "Oh, how marvelous! Yes, we can be at home." And it seems the new Doctor Who is very much fitting into the idea of being weird gay shit. So what does this mean, right? What does this mean for Disney? What does this mean for Doctor Who? Well, firstly, it seems pretty apparent that Disney is up for sale, right? Not bits of it, all of it, right? And I think they're, are the two competitors right now are Apple and is it Blackstone or BlackRock? One of them. The one that isn't ESG obsessed, right? Which is good news, right? Or they may break up. They may break it up. But what does this mean to Doctor Who? Well, the stuff in the can is the stuff in the can is the stuff in the can, right? That's an asset they have. It's going to have, but they haven't started filming Suit's second season. Maybe this huge comeback will be very, very, very short-lived, right? But I think this does explain why Russell Davis has been sniping a bit at fandom, right? At fandom, like, because he sees how Disney Plus is going down. It's not going down well at all, right? Look, isn't it? It's not going down well. And why is it not going down well at all? Well, because of things like this, right? Look, I'm sorry, this is kink. Here, let's look at this video they put out. This is kink that they're promoting to your children, right? And if you want to do something kinky, do something kinky. I don't mind. That's what you want to do, right? Where is it? Here we go. Doink.
Today, we're looking at the most iconic friend group, Disney's Mickey and Friends. And the character most like me is Minnie Mouse.
So, Minnie Mouse isn't most like you. You have a penis. And Minnie Mouse has a cartoon vagina. I've never had sex with her, right? I've never had sex with Minnie Mouse. I never wanted to have sex with Minnie Mouse. I'd be vaguely interested to see a lesbian show by Roger Rabbit's wife, Jessica Rabbit, and Minnie Mouse, right? I would be vaguely interested in that, right? But I wouldn't like to see a girl-on-girl show by Daisy Duck and Minnie Mouse, right? No, not really into it. But like, okay, listen, if this is your kink, that's fine. This is your kink, but you're not a little girl, right? You're a grown-ass man, right? And it's weird, right? This is weird, right? And this is clearly aimed at children. And, here's the thing. When you tell adults, well, it used to be when you told adults insane things, like 2 and 2 equals 5, right? Adults would have the cognitive reasoning to be able to push back against it, right? Children don't, right? Children don't. If you tell children that, like, having a penis doesn't make you into a boy, right? And this is perfectly normal and nice. And then you have, like, all the social reinforcement, right, of this through social media, where if you're a kid that starts down the path of transgenderism in any way, your posts get massively upvoted, right? Massively promoted. And so you get tons of likes and you feel really great about yourself. So essentially what happened to Dylan Mulvaney, somebody who desperately wanted to be famous, right? He kept trying everything. He tried being a girl in 2020, whatever it was, right? And he got massively, and it made him famous, right? It gave them what they want. So they say this person's famous, this person's smiling, this person's getting everything. So why don't we give this a try?
And I have the most perfect dress to start the look. It even has little Mickeys on it, and I love how bold of a red it is. It's just like Minnie. I'm thinking of layering a fun collar, like this one, just to give it a little more flair. But now I feel like the dress needs more shape, so let's add this white petticoat under it. It's so fun to move in, and I love how it peeks out.
Okay, again. I understand this is your kink, but like you're pushing your leftism for you. Yeah, you're pushing your kink on children with devastating effect, I think, probably.
At the bottom.
And you're partnering with Disney to do this, right? This is Disney's mission, right? This is Disney's mission in life, right? And so, that's why I don't see things like this as the wrath of God being unlikely, right? Yeah, look, I mean, the reason, according to Jewish law, that God brought the flood, the one with Noah and the ark, right? The reason God brought the flood was as a result of this public immorality, right? So I didn't share this thing. The reason that we see like these wrath of God type things is for public immorality, right? And look, I didn't write this stuff down. I'm not even saying this is happening. Correlation doesn't equal causation. I thought that about the climate change thing with my brother-in-law. Same thing applies to me. Correlation doesn't equal causation, but it might. That's the thing, it might.
More shape, this belt should do the trick. Now for hair, I'm thinking of doing space buns. So let's pull out my hair donuts and just...
I really want to be clear. I am not advocating in any way, shape or form harming or attacking or disadvantaging anybody trans or gay or different in any way. Just as the same way, I think God finds this sort of thing repugnant. I think he finds that repugnant too, right? I don't do that.
Like that, it kind of looks like I have Minnie ears. And Minnie wears gloves, so I need gloves. I'm also gonna add this watch with Minnie and all her friends on it. It's so cute. But now, to be as bold as Minnie, I need a bold red lip.
Minnie isn't bold, right? Minnie isn't bold. And again, yeah, you got to understand, to people who believe in Judeo-Christian values, this is deeply offensive, right? And again, we're fine to live and let live. But stop pretending this is normal, right? Stop pretending this is normal.
Classic, and it's so pretty. Now, let's add some black tights and pull out the iconic yellow pump. I'm just like Minnie Mouse. But wait, something's missing.
A sense of sanity and morality.
I know. How could I forget? A giant red bow, the biggest fashion statement. And now, the look is complete. I literally look like Minnie Mouse. And
are you really trying to tell me you're not promoting transgenderism to minors, right? Are you genuinely trying to tell me that Disney is not doing this, right? But obviously they are.
I fit in perfectly with Mickey and his friends. The bow.
Yeah, okay. I'm reminded of the Dave Chappelle sketch where he's the drug addict going to visit the school. Said, "Don't do drugs, kids. If you do drugs, Mickey Mouse and all his friends will come alive and play with you for hours and hours and hours." It'll be here. See if I can find that sketch. Dave Chappelle, drug addict, school. Let me see if it comes up. Here we go. Wow, bloody hell! First thing. Oh my god, I can't believe that came up first bloody thing. That's crazy. Here, let me grab this. Again, seems to be exactly the same thing to me, right? Like David Tennant was wearing a badge saying, "You're safe with me." Oh, that was the wrong one. Hang on. You're safe with me. Where did the thing go? Didn't want to download it. That link wasn't found, but it's right here. Okay, I'll try this one instead. 1 second, see if this one works. Boink. There we go. Here it comes. Share screen. Video file.
Doing drugs when I was little, just like you, fella. Me and my friends would go home and smoke marijuana after school. Can you say marijuana? Marijuana?
Okay, does this not look similar to you?
That's why I was smoking. Sometimes dipped in embalming fluid. And me and my friends would laugh and giggle and eat all the cookies. It was terrible, terrible. Then I upgraded to a little drug called acid. Very inexpensive and affordable. Even young children could afford it. It's so
yeah, again, this is parody. That's real. What's the difference?
Bad. I did 2 hits of that. And Bugs Bunny and Scooby-Doo and all my favorite cartoon heroes came to my room and ate cookies with me to sing songs for 16 hours. God damn! Talking about...
Yeah, okay. Be kind. Allow children to do acid. Yeah, absolutely. Be kind. Yeah, so look, Disney is in freefall, right? Their earnings call was a disaster, right? They've lost 12.5 million subscribers. This is not good, right? This is not good news for them whatsoever. Because they should be still on the growth curve, right? They shouldn't have started to contract and tank yet. So this is very bad news, right? Very bad news for Disney Plus and for Doctor Who. Now, again, how soon could this be bought out? But I think it's BlackRock or Blackstone or Apple. Very soon, right? Very soon. Now, I don't see either of them changing the content that they have, but look, this idea that we're with, this, here's an article about it. This idea that we're with Disney with unlimited money and everything's going to be fine isn't true, right? Isn't true. Darren Bradley's there. He says, is this laser thing the same business as the recent whistleblower that revealed a super laser that shot up into the sky in the polar regions? I don't know. I just vaguely remember this. I saw it on Tim Paul as well. And I thought I'd like, listen, it's worth looking at, isn't it? It's worth looking at. But yeah, I don't know. Here, let's read this article. Share screen. Fine. After Walt Disney Company reveals another 300,000 subscriber loss for Disney Plus users in the States and Canada. That's just the States and Canada, right? And these are the people who got all those like early deals. The early deals that started when they launched. They're like, hey, get Disney Plus for free for a year, or get it for $10 for the next year. And we were like, yeah, okay. Like I know, I paid like $70 or something for a year. So I was like, yeah, okay. Look, the economy wasn't quite as awful as it is now. Okay, all this stuff he puts in, John Trent puts in, really slows down the page loading. Walt Disney Company has revealed a company lost more than 300,000 subscribers on Disney Plus. In their third quarter of financial earnings. And listen, the way they worded it was like, oh, we it slowed down slightly. We've lost 100,000. No, that's in this quarter. In the last quarter, you lost 200,000, right? It's not good, right? And that you lost 12.5 million for losing out from India. You're not doing well, mate, right? This is not going down well. The company's third quarter fiscal year 2023 earnings report, the company revealed that Disney Plus subscribers in the United States and Canada declined from 46.3 million at the end of the quarter to 46 million. Again, doesn't sound too bad, but we don't know how real those numbers are either, right? A lot of people might just got it with Verizon. That's a loss of 1% of all Disney subscribers in the United States and Canada, and a loss of 3%. Yes, we understand. You said that several times now. The loss of 300 subscribers from the second quarter to the third quarter in the United States and Canada followed a similar decline in the first quarter to the second quarter. Yes, There's a reason for that, right? There's a reason for that. People, look, you've got a lot of good content on there, but you're so freaking obnoxious, Disney Plus, right? Again, with your constant gay shit, right? And nobody minds anybody being fucking gay, right? Don't get me that. Nobody has any problem with anybody being gay, right? We learned to live and let live, right? But then gay marriage came around, and there seemed to be this push for like not coexistence, but dominance, right? And not from normal fucking gay people. No, from like these weirdo kids who wanted to think they had something to fight against, right? In their second report, the Walt Disney Company revealed that Disney Plus subscribers in the United States declined. Okay, fine. I just read that. The last time Disney was below 46 million in the United States was a year ago at the end of the third quarter. Yeah, I mean, it's contracting very quickly, right? And also, let's be real. Money isn't. We're not in the same world as we were. During the Trump years? It's like we've had. I think America anyway has had a practical reduction of about $5,000 to $7,000 per household just because of per year, just because of inflation. This is one of the first things to go. Again, there is content on it, and I guess I would up for Disney Plus. I guess because for Doctor Who, right? So because I'm going to review it, and so yeah, I would totally. That's the one thing keep me going for it. But I think like everything else, I don't know if it's going to bring in new subscribers because I don't think they can possibly deal with what the actual problem is, and the actual problem is that they they are disconnected from the audience because they have this weird gender ideology that they're forcing down your throat that like finally people are pushing out back against them. They're not that interested. It's unlikely Disney Plus will see a rebound moving forward as the company announced they will be increasing prices for the service, right? The company announced the new price for moving forward will be $7.99 a month. Subscribers choosing to forego ads will be $13.99 a month. See, I kind of cheat. See, this is what I do. I'll get the $7.99 a month, and I'll BitTorrent. Right? I was like, well, I'm paying for it. Fuck off. Leave me alone. Or $139 annually. I mean, they should give you a month or two free if you're paying annually. It's something like this price increase. We'll see the subscriber number. It's highly likely that this price increase will see subscribers cancel their subscriptions again. It's getting bad financially. It's getting bad. I mean, look, in the UK how much the prices of everything have gone up. It's not like the price will see a number of subscribers go up and their subscriptions. At the very least, change over the subscription through non-ad version from the exactly. In fact, the company's earnings call for the Walt Disney Company reported the company had signed up 3.3 million subscribers to the ad-supported option, and since its inception, 40% of Disney Plus subscribers are choosing it. Yeah, again for me, I'll just BitTorrent it and pay the $7 or $8. Having subscribers switch from the non-ad plan to the ad-supported plan might actually be part of Disney's plan. Well, yeah, listen, they make more money on the ad plan because they sell advertising. Although, even their ad sales team had to have like ESG, DEI diaries of how they help with diversity, equity, and inclusion. Like the individual people working there. That's what pay raises and promotion was based on, not on performance. So despite seeing a decline in subscribers overall, they actually saw a 2% increase in the average revenue per in the ad support model. Well, it's good for them, I guess. I don't want to make any more money. Following the loss of Scooper WDW Pro, who I've been following this very, very closely, posited that Disney Plus platform is dying. He said, it looks like Disney Plus is dying. Well, it's contracting, right? I listened to this morning. It's contracting right now. He went on to explain that they are trying to mimic the current model they've implemented at their Disney parks. He said the idea then is that how do you grow your money? The revenue at the parks, well, you find every way in the world to derive more money out the wallets of people coming to your parks. Well, that's not a winning strategy, right? There's this hotel I used to go to called Carmel Forest Spa. It is freaking, well, it was freaking gorgeous. It's still gorgeous, right? Beautiful hotel, fantastic food, right? And it's like a spa in the mountains of the Carmel Forest. Again, absolutely beautiful, right? But like high-end hotel. But the last time I went there was a couple of years ago, and they changed managers. And they used to have this thing they had to have this lovely lobby with a long fire. It was great in the winter, and they had this tea station, right, where you had all these different teas, and there were these things you could put in like fresh ginger and mint and lime and all these different types of sweeteners and sugars. And it was freaking gorgeous, right? And you'll sit there by the fire and have your tea. It was lovely. Right, absolutely lovely. Now they've taken away all the free stuff and made it into a place where you can buy drinks and food. I'm like, oh, and you had just this incredible breakfast. The breakfast went on for I think from 7 in the morning till noon, and I think then from 1 till 4 you had lunch, and then from 7 till 9 you had 7 to 11 was dinner, and again really, really, really high. Can I hit a second? Let me see if I can get some pictures of it. Israel Carmel Spa. Hang on. It was, just gorgeous, right? But they idiotically started nickel and diming it, right? When you're paying top dollar for a luxury resort, where's the pictures? Do we have any pictures? Come on, have a coupon, check it. No, I want to find. Discover the hotel. Well, what you got? Gallery. Well, where is it? Where's the gallery? Is this the gallery? Oh, so that's just like one bit of it. It had these beautiful bread stations. Yeah, I mean that. It was like just piled high with this gorgeous looking, high-end food. Right. This gallery sucks ass. Right. I'm talking. The breakfast buffet was one of the best things I've ever seen. That's the workout room. Never been there. That's a little shop. Why do they have pictures of the food, morons? Right? That is just insane. Anyway, because they nickel and dime it, forget it. I'm not paying top dollar and then have to pay another $5 for a fucking cup of tea. Right? Leave me alone. Right? Same thing with Disney. It's not going to work. Did you not notice your $1 billion idiot hotel, Star Wars hotel, that collapsed and burned? Did you not notice that happening? Well, that did actually happen. We've essentially, we're going to go back. We're going to cut back on new stuff, and we're going to cut back on new programs, and we're going to cut back on new shows. Well, good. They're all shit, right? And we're going to find new ways to drive more money out of subscribers, he elaborated. I think that's an anti-growth proposition. Again, listen, look at Star Wars. One of the big things they want to bring subscribers in. No. I thought Mandalorian season 3 was okay. Wasn't the first 2 seasons. They changed it to Bo-Katan. I wasn't overly impressed with Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano, but it does look like a very feminized show. It's all about a bunch of chicks in space, right? I watch it if I'm already subscribing, but I don't give a shit. I'm not subscribing for this, right? And that's their problem. I'm subscribing for Doctor Who because I'm a Doctor Who nut, and I'm probably going to not like it. Later in the video, WDO theorized that Disney's core problem was that Disney Plus, with Disney Plus, is they don't know how to create event television. Well, they don't. And again, they have all the pieces there they could put together, but they don't. Right? All this is kind of trying to escape that base issue that they have. They're losing subscribers because they don't produce content that is interesting. And at the same time, they're creating uninteresting shows and creating insane budgets. Think about Secret Invasion. Yeah, which they filmed like 3 times, and they had redid the special effects 4 times, right? And it looked like shit every time, I would have thought. About all the Marvel stuff. If you think about Star Wars, we got Ahsoka coming out. We know we've got the Acolyte. We know the Acolyte costs as much as a major motion picture, and there's zero interest in the Acolyte. Yeah, I'm sorry. Your not-so-secret gray agenda isn't working out, Disney, right? Which is what the Acolyte is about. So Disney doesn't do Stranger Things. They had one good show. They had The Mandalorian. in terms of driving cultural interest, and they killed it, right? And then they had a chance at maybe the first season of Loki. No, most people dropped out. It was Tom Hiddleston that they kept them on. Again, I don't even know if I'm going to bother watching the next season. I don't care, right? I don't, like most people. I don't care. Tom Hiddleston, notwithstanding. Now, at the same time as that, we have the Doctor Who content is everything we've seen so far, not so bloody impressive, right? Where's the so look at this. Doctor Who shares Doomsday Extraction Point novel preview details. Nobody gives a shit. Again, your obnoxious Sue's idiot Kempner put everybody off, right? Put everybody off this crap. So no, it's not going down, mate. It's not working out. Hang on a second. Doink. Time is running out for Doom. Thank God. Deadly Day, with only 24 hours of Vortex Manipulator to work with. The greatest assassin in the universe is hoping that Doctor can help her avoid her one-on-one with the Grim Reaper. I don't. I hope the Doctor doesn't help you. Well, it's about to find out if two doctors by their side. Fuck off. How many of them are there? There's one. By their side. And exactly. That's what you care about, isn't it? That's the only thing you fucking care about. By their side. No, by her fucking side. Oh, this is why it fits perfectly into Disney. Right? And this is why Disney is tanking. With the second Doctor and the Ninth Doctor jumping into the fray in Extraction Point from M.G. Harris and BBC Books. Releasing today, here's a look at the artwork. But that's not all. We have an overview of the novel waiting for you in our updated Doomsday rundown below. You can check out the exclusive excerpt from the novel, not interested. But I mean, who is M.G. Harris? Like, I don't never heard of him before. Or him. It's going to be a her, isn't it? I mean, like, you know. It's doing. M.G. Harris. What's she done? Is this her first Doctor Who book? After submitting her treatment to publish a Big Finish, Harris was selected to write a novel for Big Finish collection anthology based on the. I mean, okay, fine. So at least she got one credit. And then anything else? Gemini Force One. So okay, she's basically an NA writer. What a shock, right? How about Paul Cornell? How about established writers that would make me want to buy Kate Allman, right? Ben Aronovich, right? He's actually a real writer, right? That would drive sales. That would drive interest. But of course, if you have talent and ability, I mean, not in the case of Paul Cornell, you would stick your nose up at this, right? Let's see what they have to say about this. And here's the fuck off original trailer. So we have got to go over here. Close. Read an extract. No, I don't. I'm not interested. The universe greatest assassin encounters not one but two doctors. The next adventure in Doomsday Saga from BBC Books. Nobody gives a shit, right? And nobody gives a shit because of they put the piece of shit in the front and they put memberberry around it. Oh look, there's Game Station 1 in the background. The Slitheen, Second Doctor, Eccleston. Yeah, don't worry about Doom. Yeah, no, because she's the only thing you're going to be bloody hearing, right? Doom sneaked the glance at a time on a Vortex Manipulator. 59 minutes. Fuck off. Leave me alone. Just leave me alone, right? Nobody's interested in this, right? Just nobody's interested in this. So yeah, look, I don't know what this is what this new era is going to be like, but I am not optimistic in any way, shape, or form. Let's see if there's any new Doctor Who news. No, that was it. See, more articles about the TARDIS make me think that the TARDIS is about to be revealed. Let's see what's going on. Over here, 1 second. Anything new there? Photo shoots? Not really. I mean, at least it's not Yasmin Finney on it. It says only 3 of the 6 articles are about that now, as opposed to 4. So, I guess that's a step in the right direction. Fine. So, okay, this is where I'm going to wrap up for the Rumble and the Twitter people. I'm going to go a little bit longer on the YouTubes because they allow me to do that. They do indeed allow me to do that. The bit that I'm missing out, I'm going to put out as a video at some point or other. Please can I ask everybody to like, share, and subscribe. That will be double dozy. And again, I'm wrapping up, but I'm not finishing. Okay, I'm going to keep going. That would be fan double dozy. Thank you very much. Maybe on Rumble if you could get subscribed. On Twitter, yeah, listen, I would like to get some of that Twitter cash, baby. So please share this Liberace. Please share this to Liberace. He had a bob or two. And you know what? It was so weird. He was so manly, right? But he never found the right woman for him. Fine. Again, if you're watching live, don't go away. But if you're not watching live, thank you for joining us. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi for Another Planet. Back on Sunday live, 5 p.m. UK. Like, share, subscribe, and have yourself a freaking awesome weekend. Now, I want you to have a freaking awesome weekend, even if you're still here. Thank you very much. But yeah, let's go to close down a couple of windows. I've got too much open up here. MG Harris, go away. Let me see if I can find the Carmel Forest Star Brick first. Let me see if I can just find some pictures of it. It's stunning, right? It's just it's crazily good. But actually, it's probably not as good as it used to be, right? But you had all these different stations. Oh man, and how they just destroyed it, right? It's really sad how they destroyed it by nickel and diming it. Fine, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot says Wonder Woman 3 won't fly in the new DC universe despite Gal Gadot teasing development plans. Is there a third Wonder Woman movie on the way from Warner Brothers and DC? Not quite. Despite recent comments from Gal Gadot claiming DC heads, James Gunn and Peter Safran told her they would develop Wonder Woman 3 together. Sources with knowledge of the situation tell Variety that is not the case. I guess they want to keep Gal Gadot on side, really. She's very, very marketable. According to sources, the third Wonder Woman film is not in development at DC Studios, nor do Gunn and Safran have plans for any Wonder Woman project in the new DC universe other than the previous Paramount Lost prequel series for Max. Well, they might want to tie her into that. I don't know. The Rock first suggests Wonder Woman 3 might actually be not be fully dead in an interview with comicbook.com. Well, yeah, that's bollocks, mate. Comicbook.com. Yeah, no, go away. Doink. Go away. Right? Weird shit. I don't know what that is. Speaking of weird shit. Yeah, 1 second. It just finally can we zoom in on this image? This is some about women in the army, and it's a woman with a dick, and a very thick, manly woman. She is too, with a dick. For fuck's sake, you're about to go to war with Russia and China, and this is the bullshit that you've got going on? Fuck me. We're all doomed, mate. We're all doomed, right? We're all freaking doomed. What else we got to get rid of? Ukraine, by the way, huge hub for trafficking. It's man. He wants to steal an 11-month-old baby to sell for organs, right? And do you think I'm crazy that this might be the end of days? I don't know. This is just evil, right? This is just evil. Speaking of evil, Paramount Plus and Pluto cost the company $424 million. They're not doing that well, right? They are not doing that well. Yeah, you might do a bit of Star Trek stuff. Look at that patronizing, irritating, pathetic smile on this narcissist Trek. It's unwatchable, mate. Unfreaking watchable. Paramount's big bet for streaming from subscription services like Paramount Plus to free ad supporting Pluto TV continues to drag the company. The company's the media giant direct to consumer business posted a second quarter operating loss of $424 million. Bloody hell. That's despite the company crowing about the subscription revenue growing by 47% and advertising revenue growing by 21%. So what? They've lessened the loss. Is that's what going down? I guess so. Paramount Plus added 1 million subscribers, bringing the total up to 61 million. So I don't understand. If you have 61 million people paying $5 a month, that's 30 million, but roughly a month. You should be able to put 10 million of that into new shows, right? That should give you 10 million. That's like 120. That's 1.2. That's 120 million a year. That should be able to get. I mean, okay, it'll take what 1 million to make 12 episodes of Star Trek Continues, which people would watch and like. The results underscore the long road Paramount has if it wants to stay in the increasingly brutal streaming wars. I don't know. I was thinking that like a Peacock network or a Paramount Plus, but there's one of the smaller ones will go down first, right? But I don't know. If Disney goes down, that's going to be like the Titanic going down and create a vortex that'll suck a lot of things down with it, right? The results underscore the long road Paramount has in the increasingly brutal streaming wars, which have most major companies retreating with layoffs and budget cuts. Sony's still doing the best, baby. The only place Sony's doing badly is when they're making content or their Spider-Verse shit is crap, right? And it's failing horribly. What's Idris Elba doing? Something on Paramount Plus. Okay. Oh, not Paramount, but on Disney, on Apple Plus. There's a lot of good things on Apple Plus, I have to say. It's so tragic that Foundation is such shit. And it is just such shit. But Paramount have never considered been one of the big players, especially the incumbent Netflix and high-profile upstart Disney Plus. But it had been in the game longer and a steadier presence. Yeah, but again, content is king. You remember when we said it seemed to be the goal was to make volume as opposed to quality, right? You had, and that's why they like Kurtzman, right? Kurtzman had the vision to make quantity, right? Couldn't make quality, but he could certainly make quantity. And they essentially made about 30 weeks of Star Trek content. You got Picard, you got Strange New World, you have Discovery, and you have Lower Decks. It's literally 40 weeks out the year, right? That's a good, again, if that wasn't all shit, right? Could you imagine 40 weeks out the year of Picard season 3 or Strange New World season 1? You couldn't stop me signing up for that, right? But they just made obnoxious, awful shit that they threw too much money at it. Right, again, look at that first season of Discovery. Especially the first 8 episodes I liked, right? I like Rainn Wilson as Harry Mudd. I thought that was a good idea. Of course, that was obviously Brian Fuller's idea because it was a good idea, right? And Kurtzman can't do good ideas because Kurtzman's a moron, right? So, yeah, essentially. 1 second. Doink. There I am. Paramount hits much of its early success on Star Trek and has a hit with the flagship series Strange New Worlds. I don't think they're going to do so well with season 2. Right? Content is king. I haven't seen the season finale, and people say that one's actually a bit better. But like, fuck me, that season has been dire. Let's just go through. Yeah, Star Trek Strange New World episode guide. 1 second, season 2. So episode 1, never going to watch that again. It was a shit version of cinematic Star Trek. Episode 2, never going to watch it again. Ham-fisted lecturing. So episode 3, never going to watch it again. Had the Jim Carrey Kirk on a time travel thing with what's the name? Laan Noonien Singh. Can stand that character. Among the Lotus Eaters, I would watch that again, but I'm not going to run to watch it again. Charade, I would rather put a finger up my ass. No, that's fucking awful. What made it even worse is that had T'Pring in it, which was such an incredible highlight of the first season, not just because she's smoking hot. And let me be clear, it wasn't not because she was smoking hot, because she was smoking fucking hot. It was just shit. It was such taking a piss on Star Trek lore. You know, that Vulcan emotions are much stronger than human emotions, except when you become human, and then you can't control yourself. I mean, fuck off. Lost in Translation was a mediocre story that I'm never going to watch again. A horror-based one. It was, again, yeah, that wasn't actively awful. Those Old Scientists was actively awful. The Lower Decks crossover. Under Cloak of War was actively awful, which destroyed the character of Dr. Mabenga, which was a freaking awesome character, right? An absolutely awesome character. Subspace Rhapsody, I would rather put a fist up my ass and watch that piece of shit again. And HaGeffen, I haven't seen yet. So we had 2 episodes that didn't make me want to vomit in my own mouth, right? So that's not considered doing well, mate. Okay, that's not considered doing well. In the second quarter, we maintain our focus on scaling our streaming platforms, maximizing traditional business, and building a sustainable business model that will return the company to significant growth in 2024. How about making Star Trek that isn't shit, then? How about that? No, we can't do that. In total, the company swung the second quarter loss to $299 million. We've only lost $299 million in this 3 months. We've only lost that, right? From a year ago, it was $490 million. So I think we're doing excellent. No, you're fucking not. And again, if you would just do TV shows that weren't shit, right, it might help you. Analysts on average forecast a break-even quarter of revenue at $7.4 billion, according to Yahoo Finance. But yeah, look, you're not doing well, mate. You're not doing well. And Star Trek on screen, equally not doing well, right? Star Trek, Quinto and Peck, Spock makeup, film franchise future. Look, Zachary Quinto and Ethan Peck are not in the same fucking school of acting, right? They're not in the. It's not the same school. Not even close to each other, right? Zachary Quinto was fucking awesome as Spock. I mean, literally fucking awesome as Spock. I mean, even in shit movies, he was still awesome as Spock. But the first movie, he was excellent, right? Fans at the Las Vegas 57-year mission were fortunate enough to have 2 surviving live-action spots. 2 surviving. They're not that old. Zachary Quinto and Ethan Peck. And Ethan Peck in Spock. He's like Sheldon Spock on hand. Not that there was much to do given the ongoing SAG after a strike. Well, couldn't they just say, hi? I mean, Zachary Quinto, what you got to do with Star Trek right now? The 2... And again, what would be my dream? Somebody buying Paramount Plus and firing Kurtzman and having the incredibly good idea of talking to Quentin Tarantino to do a 10-episode Star Trek show. He wanted to do Star Trek. And my number one goal with that, dream with that, would be having Leonardo DiCaprio playing the character he played in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, playing a character in Star Trek, right? Like a guest role in one of the episodes. I just reckon Tarantino would have so much fucking fun doing that, and it wouldn't use up one of his movies. He gets to do all the sci-fi stuff, right? I think he would absolutely adore that. The 2 spoke to fans of Strange New Worlds, both of them, looking to wrap its 2nd season on Thursday. And again, this writers and actors strike keep going forever. I am so happy that the FX artists and Disney are unionizing. They've been screwed over royally, right? While Peck plays the younger incarnations of younger engagement on Paramount Plus, no, it's not. He plays Sheldon, right? That will lead to that will lead into the Leonard Nimoy we'll see. The original series Quinto on the original Quinto incarnation as the Kelvin universe is currently in limbo as the 4th film has been in production without a director commit. Look, they don't have the confidence or the money, essentially, right? And I don't think they can. I mean, yeah, Chris Pine, but how's he doing? They wanted to get was it Chris Hemsworth in it for the 4th one, where he's like, yeah, I'm rich and famous now. You need to pay me more. And so, I mean, again, you know, you want somebody to do a good Star Trek movie, get Terry Matalas, right? Yes. Or, any number of people, right? And just say you have this standing set. You know, even use these Strange New World sets. Redress that, right? You have all the standing sets. Use that. Just have a good script. A good script is fucking everything, right? A good script is everything. I would even use the CG models they use for Stranger Worlds, which is gorgeous. I love what they do with the look of that. The hero star answers some fan questions of why the film hasn't got off the ground. When one fan asked if it was anything to do with Paramount Plus TV shows success, they're not successful. I don't think it has anything to do with that. Yes, because they're not successful. I believe SAG has moved away from getting residuals or streaming because there aren't any fucking residuals or streaming because no one's fucking watching it. Actually, I think the more there is, the more it gets people excited about what it could be. Unless it's all shit, and then you make them not excited. He said via Trek movie. I think there's a lot of other stuff. Creative things is complicated. The fact that anything good gets made is a kind of a miracle. I believe that, and it's about different people having different agendas. Yes, most people have a gay agenda or a feminist agenda, and it's all just covering up their bigots and sexists, right? So very few people. Occasionally, have somebody who has the agenda, right, to make good TV. Very occasionally, not often, right? Not often, but very occasionally. Like again, Terry Matalas, right? He had that. He had that vision. I think there's a lot of blah blah blah, and ideas about what it will be. Yes, it lacks clear creative vision. Get rid of Kurtzman, right? Replace Kurtzman with Terry Matalas, and I don't know if and when it will happen. It probably won't. And if coalesces again, and we come back, and we're able to wonder. If not, we had a great run. Well, I kind of like your first movie. Directors once attached to it and rumored to be attached were Noah Hawley, Quentin Tarantino, and the latest one is Max Shackman, who departed from the Marvel Studios' Fantastic Four, the second reboot of the cinematic universe, but the first MCU incarnation. The films also starred Chris Pine, Zoe Saldana, who I didn't think was good as Uhura. I think The Stranger Worlds Uhura is way better. Cohort, Urban Perfect, Simon Pegg, John Cho as Sulu, and Anthony Elton as Chekhov, who they said they wouldn't replace. Quinto Shed, how much longer is this? Okay, this isn't so bad. I mean, like, even out of makeup, he looks more like Spock. It's crazy, right? It's freaking crazy. Quinto Shed memories about Nimoy's passing. Nimoy's passing in 2015. And from their time and film in 2009, the soft reboot of 2013, Into Darkness, the latter being Nimoy's first appearance. I was so fortunate because Leonard's involvement in the process, and the one thing I could never anticipate is that how instrumental it will be becoming my personal life. That's so nice. But again, you could really, in that first movie, I think one of the reasons why his spot was so fucking perfect is because he got to hang out with Leonard Nimoy, right? I mean, his spot was just perfect. But from a creative standpoint and from a professional standpoint, having that relationship and introduction to this world helped me understand the character. Exactly. Meanwhile, Ethan Peck won't watch Leonard Nimoy because he's a schmuck, and for that I was eternally grateful. But it was really that friendship became one of the greatest gifts. I would say the greatest of play. I think thing of playing the great thing about playing the role of Spock in the Star Trek universe has been the friendships that come out of it. My brotherhood with Chris Pine and my friendship with Leonard and the family and the whole cast. Well, it sounds like Hollywood bullshit, but it'd be nice if it's true. The two shared a stage, agreed to the other. This is great, right? This is the nature of the Star Trek universe. It evolves, it changes, it brings their own perspectives and experiences to it. Well, but you really should remain authentic to what it is. That might be an idea, right? That might be an idea. Nothing is more exciting than that, Quinto says. This is momentous. It has been awesome to be with you. Okay. Quinto had a measured acceptance if the fourth Kelvin movie never gets off the ground. I just want to say before we finish up how grateful I feel to be here, and I feel the experience in this world has evolved from other iterations to and other forums, and to be able to share the stage with a person who I'm now passing the mantle of in a many ways. Please don't. Who was engaging in stories from the perspective of a character now into the future. It's really exciting. It's really gratifying. Well, I'm glad you're gratified, mate. You all really, you're a really, truly wonderful fan base. That's true, right? I mean, they're a bit crazy. But I feel heartened and optimistic. There is a lot of reasons and a lot of ways in which we can feel really discouraged about humanity. But this collection of people in this franchise and what it's based on is not one of them. And so I feel really happy to be here with you all. Peck shared a photo of the two. Look at me! I'm with the real Spock. Well, nice to you, Peck. Very good, very good. What's this thing? Fine. Let's do a bit more Doctor Who. Well, we'll go with Pocket Mags. Pocket Mags. Because I realised new Doctor Who magazine's coming out this week. I got to finish up, whatever content I'm doing. Is it not opening up? Come on, Pocket Mags. Where are you? Let me close that. Let me close that. Let me close that. Let me close that. I never got this story. Really? Oh, here we go. My magazines. Doink. Read now. I will. I mean, if it opens up and lets me. Fine. I want to go with this Andrew Cartmel article, right? I think it sounded quite fun. Here we go. Memory worm. The alien memory worm deletes your past, and once loose on the planet Earth. So DLM is testing Doctor Who's contributor to see if they've encountered it. This issue, Alison McGowan checks the script editor who had a master plan for the Seventh Doctor. Yeah, I like a lot about Andrew Cartmel and what he did with Doctor Who. One, growing up in Winnipeg, Canada, you saw CBC's 1965 screening of William Hartnell's episodes. But what was your local affiliate station called? What a fucking weird question. Channel 7 or CJAY TV, the independent station. So Channel 6 was CBC channel. Who cares? Half a point. Okay, this is a really weird article, right? It was CBWT Channel 6. Okay, fine. I watched the first Dalek story in our basement rec room, and it blew my mind. They ambushed the Daleks and took out this pulsating purple jelly. Also in the porn version. It was black and white, also in the porn version. But of course, it didn't actually happen that way. But in my mind, it was like grape jelly. Same thing yesterday when I looked at the clip of Ian and Barbara bursting into the TARDIS. Right, I was convinced it was Ian first, not Barbara. Right, and it was Barbara. I was like, wow, she had the same take as I thought Ian had. I was like, wow, the memory really does cheat. In one of your first script writing duties, you was to do an audition piece for the new Doctor in February '87. Sylvester McCoy was the successful candidate, but can you name the other two actors screen tested? Well, look, the reason John Nathan Turner picked those two people was to make sure Sylvester McCoy won, right? They wanted, what's the guy's name? Oh, hang on one sec. So Sylvester McCoy star in acting. It should say, let's say there's a Wikipedia. Early life career. Ken Campbell. Right. They wanted Ken Campbell as a Doctor. And John Nathan said, he will scare children. Right, well, probably scaring me now. Is he still alive? No, he died about 10 years ago. Right, but he was in a very good episode of what was it? Sherlock Holmes, the Jeremy Brett Sherlock Holmes. Do you ever picture him looking vaguely normal? No, it's all these ones. I mean, this must be his obituary. He looked pretty old there. Anyway. But Tzvi McCoy does a very good impersonation of him. Fine. That was David Fielder and Dermot Crowley. The first time I actually saw Dermot Crowley in anything was in Luther. I thought it was very good in that. They must have been Crowley, but we wanted Sylvester. They must have been that must have been Crowley, but we wanted Sylvester, but we had to offer alternatives rather than fait accompli. One script recycled fairly intact was into Mel's leaving scene from Dragon Ball, quite obviously. Ian Briggs, can we point this up? Video file. Let's have a look. Hang on. I'm looking for the... sometimes it does this. Sometimes it doesn't give me my peripheral drive for some reason. Oh, here it comes. Doink. Man, I'm looking forward to that Babylon 5 coming out. I've been rewatching a lot of Babylon 5 this week. There we go. Doctor Who. It will be the 7th Doctor. I guess it will be in Time on the Rani, right? Probably. Let's have a look. We'll go and we'll try there first. That'll be season 20. Time on the Rani. Let's see if we can find the extras. Oh man, there's so much here. Well, here's a bit of Dermot Crowley.
You've been gone for ages. You're still here. Not for long. But you've just arrived. I haven't even met you yet. Goodbye. No. No, it all depends on how you look at it and who you are. Funny business, Time. I remember a time when you laughed. Do you remember, Mel?
Not many laughs with you. Not much fun at all.
And another time, you cried.
I never cried.
That is why you are the great big dictator, because you are scared of nothing. And that is why we have all this nonsense about blood and iron.
Nonsense?
Sit down.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's not a bad audition, but yeah, let's look at David Fielder doing the same thing, and then we'll look at Sylvester McCoy, and you'll see it's not even close.
Wasting time?
No. Before I go, I wanted to say my piece.
Business time.
Doctor, I...
Sometimes almost drowning in it. But I don't know anything about it. Time?
No. I meant it's time I should be going.
Oh.
Time I left.
Yes, you could be right. Time for you to go.
I just wanted to
Funny
say...
old business time.
Doctor, I...
Yes, well, if you must go, you must go.
Before I go...
Yeah, again, it's... let's see a bit more.
The dictator of 10 galaxies.
Oh, yes, I know all that. And believe me, you need a doctor.
I need no one. I have iron and I have fire. I am the great dictator.
And you intend to save the universe.
Through iron and...
Yeah, okay, but now let's look at Sylvester McCoy, right? Which, again, it's not even close, right? It's not even close. It's crazy how much better it is.
You're a pitiful, sentimental clown who enjoys crying over spilt milk.
And spilt blood. But let's get on with the consultation.
It's incredible. I mean, look, it's like it's magnetic straight away, right? It's absolutely magnetic. Did I ever see the Quentin Nimoy Audi car ad? No, I got to check that out. Look at that.
Now, what is it exactly? You're scared of nothing. That's why we have all this blood and iron nonsense.
Nonsense?
Sit down! Shut up! And let me write this prescription. You know, you're badly ill, but it's not too late.
Yeah.
I can't read your writing.
Stand here.
And woman.
Time to waste all this blood and iron nonsense. No time for war. No time for killing. Just time for... this.
I never cried.
You're crying now.
I mean, even yes. I mean, okay. I'm sorry. He was brilliant. I would watch more, but they'll give me a copyright strike, right? I mean, yeah. So it wasn't even close. Ian Briggs, the writer, wasn't tremendously it wasn't tremendously pleased, but I think since he's made his peace with that. Producer John Nathan Turner, John Nathan Turner, and director Lee Craft wanted it in. It was a nice piece of doctor's writing. I agree with you, right? I do agree with you. What's this? You learned all prospective writers a collection of British comic strips as a creative steer. Alan Moore's The Ballad of Halo Jones. Yeah, he really tried to get Alan Moore to write for it, right? I just remember seeing Alan Moore in it was either a comic mart or the UK comic art convention, right? It was in '88, and he was talking about it. He was saying, yeah, they tried to get me to write about it, but I kind of felt that Doctor Who had lost its direction since William Hartnell left. Right, I tried to get Alan Moore to write for Doctor Who, but he was too busy. It would have been too difficult to make an extraordinary imagination like Alan Moore work in our rigid format. What you should have got him to do is write a comic strip and then have somebody adapt it. On the other hand, who knows what he might have done? He talked about the Hartnell episodes poking into dark nursery corners. That's a great phrase. It really is. It's a great phrase, and I think that kind of was reflected when in the arrival of Ghostlight, when they're in like a dark nursery. Delta and Bannerman in '87 involved a lengthy location shoot in Wales. Which holiday camp? It was Barry Island, Butlins, wasn't it? You got that wrong. It was Majestic Holiday Camp. Butlins had sold up at the end of '86. That was close. Oh, come on. It's the same bloody place. I mean, literally, it was the same place. Is there... I was there with writer Malcolm Cole, and we got to the exact village Vincent motorcycled. He asked for a script, and I had a great time hanging out and seeing the show come together. Okay. In Dragonfire, a guard suggests that the semiotic thickness of performance text varies according to its redundancy of its auxiliary performance codes. Right? Which academic textbook was that from? I'm not looking at the answer. I believe it was Doctor Who and Unfolding Text, which nobody could really understand. Was it? It was very dry, structuralistic analysis. Doctor Who. Was it Gemini and Genesis? I said it was Doctor Who and the Unfolding Text. Yes, yes. By John Tollock and Manuel Alvarado. Okay. I picked up a copy John had lying around the office for intellectual jargon for this guy to spout. Dragonfire introduced Ace, of course. I wanted her to be a fighter, not a screamer. And had in mind Maggie from Jamie Horrendous Love and Rockets. Oh, I never knew that before. That's fascinating. Who was cute, wore Doc Martens, and could fix a rocket ship. Yeah. No, that. See again, he was young and he was excited and he was full of energy, right? And I think that's really what the McCoy years had. Even season 23 and 24, which was Roby, right? When it was working out what to do, it had this new energy in it. It was great, right? It was really, really genuinely great. Graham Curry's The Happiness Patrol satirized then Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher. What was the working title? The Crooked Smile. I would not have got that right. Okay. I didn't know that. 20 years later, it put me in the center of a media storm. Sylvester had a throwaway comment in the Times about trying to overthrow the government with the story. And another paper ran and trounced me at the BBC as a bunch of left-wing comments. You are, okay? Don't run from it. Yes, you are a bunch of left-wing comments, okay? Well, at least they are now. Well, no, they're more like left-wing perverts than comments. Pervert comments? Commie perverts? Same thing. They approached me for quotes, and I woke up to find I was a major news story. It was horrible, crazy. Sorry to hear that, Andrew. Well, that was 6. Okay, good. Let's zoom in on this. Number 7, in the greatest show in the galaxy, an asbestos outbreak at the BBC forced the production team into shooting in a tent in BBC's Elstree Park, When recording was disrupted by a fire alarm, the Doctor Who team met with which sitcom? Hello, very famous picture. Oh, which is right in front of me. Here we go. Can I zoom into it anymore? Yeah, you see hair flick there, and there's Sylvester McCoy. Who else do I see? Oh, that looks like, what's his name? Is it Mark Ayres? Did the music? I think it might be. There's what's his name? Lieutenant Gruber and the policeman. I am the British. And do I see anybody else from Doctor Who? I know, but that was quite famous. It was hello. A bunch of Can girls did the impromptu dance for the firemen. The story was in danger of being scrapped, but John discussed every possibility, and thankfully it went ahead. Yeah, look, this was John Nathan Turner at his absolute greatest, and I like Greatest Show in the Galaxy. Can't wait for season 25 to be released on Blu-ray, right? I like Greatest Show in the Galaxy a lot. Good for him, right? Really good for him. He was very shrewd and resourceful, a wily old fox who unfortunately got outfoxed by the BBC, was it, when they screwed him over. Ghostlight in '89 came out of an earlier Mark Platt storyline set on Gallifrey. What was it called? Long Barrow, right? Long Barrow was amazing. Why Big Finish have never adapted this is beyond me, right? But very static, more of a novel, which it later became. But we found a way forward. Ghostlight was the very last recording of the original series, and afterwards we sat around waiting to find out what's happening. John and the show were being treated reprehensibly. Yes, they were being treated reprehensibly. And look, he has a story that he came in after being going to the ninth floor. The officers said they offered him Bergerac, but I said I'd only take it if I can recast, if I can fire John Nettles, then move it somewhere else. He wasn't offered Bergerac, right? That he was told he was fired, right? And I think he just said it was offered Bergerac to save face because he was treated abysmally, right? Abysmally. It was like a bad breakup. The BBC ghosted Doctor Who. Yeah, I mean, look, John, mate, you should have just left with when you're on a high with Peter Davison, right? Sad that you didn't. You had Sylvester McCoy's final sign-off voiceover to Ronan Mino's season closer Survival. Can you quote it? Well, did I have it? No, that was on the Thursday intro. Somewhere out there, there's a sea that dream, rivers that dream. There are people made a song. Come on, Ace, we got work to do. Close enough. There are worlds out there where the sky is burning. I wish I could get Capaldi to read this, right? And then Jodie. If you thought there are worlds out there where the sky is burning, oh, I'm not going to go there. I'll get my feet burned. And my head. When the sea is asleep, we better wake it up. Oh, wakey, little... And that's how she would play it, the dumb cunt. Right? The rivers dream. People made a smoke and cities made a song. Somewhere there's danger. Somewhere there's justice. Somewhere the tea's getting cold. Come on, Ace. We got work to do. Yeah, it's very good. It was very good. It was a good super alien stuff. John was aware of something. Something was up, and he caught me, and he got me to write that. And I think he certainly thought it might be the last episode ever, and it was to be written with that elegiac mood. I'm not sure what that means. Okay. Before leaving Doctor Who to script edit Casualty, you wrote several Doctor Who magazine comic strips, including Fellow Travelers. But who was the artist? Not Ron Swanson. Arthur Ranson. There you go. I was close. Not Ron Swanson. He had a lovely opening shot of the owl. Yeah, you ripped that right off from. You ripped that off from Cages by Dave McKean, I believe. Right, came out about the same time. Of an owl, and the Doctor's likeness was very good. I can't remember. It was Arthur Ronson. Like Swallows at Amazon. Arthur Ronson. I should have remembered that. Final score 5. That doesn't sound very good. Disgraceful, especially not knowing my own speech. Andrew's latest crime novel, Death in Fine Condition, is a mystery for the Paperback Sleuth. Is now available at the bookseller's bookseller list, and his Doctor Who diary memoir, Script Doctor, is available from 10acrefilms.bigcartel.com. Okay, so 10 out of 10 you get all clear, 6 out of 10 password, contact possible, Caution, recent worm connect. So yeah, he didn't do that well. He didn't do that well. Oh, didn't he do well? No, he didn't. If I may quote Brucey, let's try and find that Zachary Quinto Nimoy ad. Let's see 1 second. Zachary Quinto Leonard Nimoy ad. Oh, is it? It comes right up, right? It comes right up. Bloody hell. That's weirdly quick. Okay. Doink. There it comes. She cried. Jigga jigga. Where is it? No, that's got a little whizzy will. Make me think. There you go. Now I'm on the wrong thing. Downloads. There you go. This is fascinating. I got to remember to cut this in when I clip out the bit about Star Trek. I got to remember to clip this bit in as well.
Hello. Check. Check and meet my young friend.
Ellie, that's not a bad pad, is it? Do you reckon this is real house? No.
About another challenge. You want to play a round of golf at the club and get some lunch? Whoever gets to the club last.
Yeah, Len Nemo does not look good there.
Buys lunch.
Stand by to have your wallet emptied by a tractor beam.
Anything's possible, but probably not that.
Like, why has Leonard Nimoy got the cheaper car of the small house? I don't get it. He should have the big. I don't like that. Yeah, I remember the first time I saw GPS. That was in Casino Royale. James Bond had it, right? That was when it was still the future. So it's sat nav for Brits.
In the middle of the earth, in the land of Shire, there's a brave little hobbit whom we all admire. Long wooden pipe, fuzzy woolen toes. Lives in a hobbit hole, and everybody knows him. Bilbo. Bilbo Baggins.
This is just weird, right? This is just weird.
Go, Bilbo!
Paul Leonard.
Go.
Hey, where are you?
Use your sensors.
No need. I'm already here.
You're there already? I feel like I'm stuck in a black hole.
No worries, I can practice my swing if you need to pull over and take a nap.
Smart ass.
And it's like, he's driving a Mercedes. That's nothing to sniff at.
I have been, and always shall be, your friend.
Really?
I had to.
Nice try, you wish.
No, I definitely had to.
Not for a second. Obviously, you're buying lunch.
Technically, we're not inside yet. I'll see you inside.
Oh, there you go. Oh, the ball. What was that?
Fascinating.
Wait. But who was that? Oh, it drove itself off. Okay, fine.
Fascinating.
That's a good ad, right? But the best Star Trek ad, right? The best Star Trek ad ever is this one, right? I remember this one from, must be the 80s. Here it is. 1 second. Doink. Video file.
Scotty, beam us up! Scotty! Scotty!
Who was that with the
Meteorite storm! Scotty, beam us up! Scotty! Scotty!
Don't worry, Captain. It's only a shower.
This was on the TNG set, wasn't it? This is totally the TNG set.
Shower.
I don't need a brawler, you Wally! Beam us up!
Captain, I haven't got the power.
Try, man, try. Power! More power!
Well, did he say, I don't need an umbrella, you Wally? Really? Oh, sorry.
Man's power, man.
Power! More power!
Man's power, man. Uh-oh. Start again.
Well, that would be the first thing I would do if I found myself with a woman's body.
He certainly hasn't got the power. Good afternoon. But you could have national power and power gen.
To register for a prospectus in the generating company's share offers, call 0272-272-272.
Right, okay. Funny person's personal story. What's the name of that guy again? From Heidi High? Hang on. Heidi High. Oh, what was his name? Simon Cadell, right? So my parents had a deli in Stanmore, and it was the most expensive shop in Stanmore, which was the most expensive part of London, right? Very good deli. So this guy, Simon Cadell, came in, and my parents were very, very, what's the word? Fantastic socialites, right? They were just great with people, right? They could schmooze. They were fantastic. So they got schmooze with him. They came friends with him. When Heidi High was on the stage, we got invited to backstage, right, to have champagne afterwards with him. He got star billing, weirdly enough. And what's his name? Who I always thought was a star, Paul Shane, right, who played the camp comic. He had the second dressing room, freaking tiny. Right, absolutely. We went there. He said, "Oh, you're looking for Simon? It's right over there." I'm like, "Oh, it was really bizarre, right? It was really strange." Anyway, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap up. Yes, this is the second wrap up of the day, but this time I'm really genuinely wrapping up. I have to get ready for the Sabbath Bride doth cometh. Maybe I'm going to come on the Sabbath Bride. That will be fun too. So I'm going to wish you a fantastic weekend. I'm back on Sunday live. I'm not sure what I'm putting out Saturday. Probably there's going to be millennial rights there. And I know there'll be stuff around. Please subscribe. Definitely subscribe if you're on the Twitter. Well, you're not on Twitter right now. So yeah, basically this is just for YouTube. So YouTube, hit the subscribe button. That'll be fan-dabby double dozy. Have yourselves a freaking awesome, absolutely freaking awesome weekend. I'm going to hit...